Today I'm going to be giving you all underrated isekai anime to watch. People have barely watched these anime, and I think they truly deserve some recognition. So, without wasting any more of your time, let us begin with the video. First up, I'm going to be presenting you all with the brilliant healer's life in the shadows. Now for this one, I wouldn't say he was banished by his team, but more like he banished himself and left since they wouldn't really appreciate his talent and think of him as just a chore boy. Now the healer opens up a secret underground clinic to help aid people, but word does indeed, start spreading out of a brilliant healer living in the shadows. He may look like an average healer, but boy is he overpowered and can do a lot. You guys already know that healers in anime are capable of so much. A hero's party truly doesn't even need a low-ranking weakling, especially now that the rest of the team have surpassed him in rank, so he does get kicked out.
I think that's the last of them.
Yeah, mission's complete.
Red now decides to go into the countryside and open up his very own clinic. Instead of slaying monsters and being a hero to fight the demon lord, he now helps people through medicine and potions. But that's not all though, because his girl Rit also joins him and leaves the party so that she could just be by his side rather than being in a party without him. And together they run the shop, have their romance and such, but their duty, of course, as heroes is far from over. As soon, they will be called back to the fight, and they're not gonna have a choice, pretty much. This brand new airing anime is about a banished magician who seems to only use sport magic, so he gets kicked out of the party and the royal palace. But fast forward 4 years later, a friend from the Magic Academy approaches Alec, the main character, and asks if he wants to party up once again, just like good old times. But now Alec begins his journey once again with the team he used to party with to conquer dungeons as the magician who was banished and abandoned. Now the legendary party will begin to spread their name around the world once again. Another new anime that I really think is worthy to be on this list is called May I Ask for One Final Thing. The main character, Scarlet, has endured so much of her fiancé's bullying in their childhood, and as the years go by, it did get worse. Until, of course, the day at the ball, Kyle, the fiancé, announced that he is cutting ties with Scarlet and that the marriage is pretty much off. And Scarlet was labeled then as a bully, and everyone now hates her, which means that she is banished from this place. But of course, she won't leave without giving Kyle a good old smack on the face by getting revenge.
もしも採用してくれたらお前に圧倒的な力を俺がお前を史上最強の魔王にしてやる
The world's strongest and mighty hero defeated the wrath of the Demon Queen countless times, and everyone in the kingdom absolutely loves him. That is until the day everyone grew, well, fear from the hero. Maybe one day he would really turn evil due to how insane his power really is, so they decided to exile him for their safety. But now the hero has absolutely no one to save anymore and decides to quit his hero job and join the villains. He starts by going to the doorstep of the Demon Queen, the very same one that he defeated, and asks if he can join her force. Here we have a classroom that gets isekai to another world by an evil goddess, each receiving skills with ranks, many which seem powerful, but some a little bit on the weaker side. And of course, our protagonist got super unlucky from the looks of it.
悔しいんだ。最後武器はない、ステータスも外れ、スキルは大外れ、手詰まり、パンチ。
This anime is very similar to Arifureta from Commonplace to the World's Strongest, if you guys want a show as close as it gets to that. The main character Mimori got the status effect skills and was an E rank, and the goddess found him useless. That's when she wants to end his misery and banish him. But she pretty much sends him down to the lower dungeon levels with high-ranking monsters so that he would die. But his status effects, plot twist, proved otherwise because they were so damn powerful. And now he will get back up to the surface and get revenge on the goddess and all of his classmates who betrayed him.
They called me their friend. I wasn't any use in combat.
The main protagonist, Kurt, had talent for things outside of combat or fighting, but being in the hero's party, the others really found him so weak and useless in battle, so he was just kicked out in the end. However, all his talent or skills is of huge S-rank status, meaning he can be so useful in many other ways which his teammates just failed to realize. But the biggest thing of all, Kurt is very oblivious to his own strength and power. But he can create things, help rebuild by taking on, odd jobs when he can be doing so much more. But the issue is, he doesn't think very highly of himself, and that's the biggest problem. But all that he's doing will make an important part of the kingdom. The main character, Lloyd, is the white mage of the hero's party, yet his teammates constantly look down on him, believing he is weak, and in the end, he was expelled.
聖教国国王の聖剣だ。その聖剣に選ばれし4人の勇者のその1人が誰やらん我らがイシュタルの美しき剣士アーレンだ。
Now the white mage wanders the streets and even downplays his abilities until he was approached by a girl named Yuri, who is part of an S-ranked party, and asked if he would actually join. And now Lloyd may now have found the perfect place to put his epic power to good use. A party that will accept him and his abilities, where he can find true value for helping out.
Lock on 完了。1つ、2つ、3つ、4つ、5つ。これで最後。
Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy is a great addition onto this list that features an extremely powerful protagonist that unfortunately did not even impress the goddess one bit by his looks, because he was ugly and pretty much got kicked out into the middle of nowhere. However, the goddess, did give him crazy power as compensation, and now Makoto wanders the world trying to find other humans to interact with. But due to his immense power, he does indeed wear a magic ring to suppress that demonic aura of his. Otherwise, people will get scared of him. But this is also, it does involve somewhat of a harem with, two clingy, gorgeous ladies who fight over him constantly. But other than that, it's pretty damn good anime to watch. And now, for my last recommendation I got for you all is an underrated show called Teogonia. This is a world where people fight against monsters constantly who intend on taking their land, and special people who are guardian bearers take care of business. However, those who aren't blessed as guardian bearers are at risk, since fighting monsters put them at death sentence. They will die if they pretty much fight monsters, as they have no power. And that's where our protagonist comes in, named Kai, who sustains a life-threatening injury after battle. But life is a constant struggle for those who aren't guardian bearers, almost like a challenging survival game, since he really wants to fight but has absolutely no power. But now begins a tale of a boy who explores this world of magic, beasts, but including bloodshed. It does seem like this is the end of the video, and if you did get banished, that means you really are just a weakling, and there is no coming back from this. But if you did enjoy, then please do drop a like to show your support, and subscribe to stay notified of all my latest uploads here on YouTube. Take care, everyone, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one.